Hello, and welcome to another edition of Ask Ben W, the video series where I get to tackle exactly one question as I walk from my parked car to my office in Denver Public Schools. The question today is courtesy of the 2016 National Education Technology Plan that came out yesterday. There was a lot of fanfare at the White House when it was released. I got a chance to read it ahead of time and provide my response, which you can read on learningischange.com if you are so inclined. But there was one section that I found pretty compelling and was very interesting to me, which stated that we should beware of bring your own device initiatives and strategies because they breed inequity. They breed inequity because the people that are bringing the devices are the haves rather than the have-nots, and there are a lot of issues with essentially allowing only the students who have devices to use them in the classroom, further creating issues of digital divide or digital use divide because they use them in different ways. And then the second issue is that in a bring your own device environment, that teachers have to support and be aware of so many more different types of devices, and that it becomes a distraction for the teacher and for the learning environment. And that's a long introduction, but the question, as I see it, is how can we use bring your own device for good? How can we use a bring your own device strategy so that those two things are not an issue? Because I have a general wondering about whether or not we can encourage people to bring the devices that they are already learning with, the things that are in their pockets, and actually expand what is possible without creating inequity. And I guess one of the things that I struggle with in sort of making the claim that bring your own device increases inequity is that the majority of high school students, even in some of the largest areas of poverty in Denver, actually do have access to devices, their cell phones, and using these tools can bring about huge learning outcomes because they can collaborate and communicate with one another. They can ask questions. They can utilize specific apps or specific tools. And the way in which we create equity is a lot easier to find when we leverage the devices that they are already bringing, whether or not we call it a bring your own device initiative or strategy. And I guess the way in which I frame most of that is that all our devices can be learning devices. All of our devices can be bring your own if we have an eye or a lens for equity. If we look at those who are able to provide their own as something that they are investing in, and they are making that personal investment, are there ways in which we can, on behalf of other students, make an investment in those students? And I kind of think about it like, and there are many problems with comparing free and reduced lunch to technology inequities, but I do think about the ways in which we might consider a free and reduced bring your own device initiative or strategy. How can we take a look at those who are most in need of specific technology tools or resources and actually look at the lens of equity and push forward? But for those who do not have that particular issue, that actually there is a requirement that they bring their device, just like there is a requirement that they either pay for lunch or bring their lunch to school. And so, while I don't think that fully solves the issue, I am very interested in places that have this bring your own device equity plan that mitigate the two issues, and there are others that were called out in the National EdTech Plan. But I'm interested in places that have done that, and I guess I see that as a very real answer. And I'd love to think through and talk through how we can do that better so that those issues of supporting lots of devices and having it increase the digital divide, they don't take over. So that's my thinking right now. If you have a question you would like to ask, please do so using the hashtag AskBenW, and I look forward to learning with you very soon. Have a great day.